Okay, mathematical formulation of LP is the first step is define the decision variables, that is x1, x2, x3, x4, or else x, y, z. And the second step is so construct the objective function. That objective function may be of either maximization or the minimization. So depending on the problem statement. And third step is express each and every condition as a linear inequality involving the decision variables. And the last step is you need to write the non-negativity terms. We need to write the non-negativity terms. So that is the last step. So by considering all these steps, so once if you read this problem, so a manufacturer produces three models, 1, 2, and 3 of a certain product using raw materials A and B. So by reading this problem, so they are given the profit per unit. So it means that, so this is a maximization problem. This is a maximization problem. So in this, we need to decide the variables. So which are all the decision variables? Which are all the decision here. So here they are given the model number 1, 2, and 3. So for that, I'll decide the variable as a model number 1 as a x, 2 as a y, and 3 as a z. So x, y, z. And it's not compulsory that you need to take the x, y, z. Even you can take the x1, x2, x3 also. Okay, once if you take the x, y, z, so after that, okay, from the model number 1, so what is the profit we are getting? From the model number 1, so what is the profit we are getting? We are getting the profit of 30 rupees per unit. 30 rupees per unit. So it means that if there are x number of units, then we will get the profit of 30x. The same for the model 2 is 20y, and for the model 3 is 50z. If we add all these 30x plus 20y plus 50z, so this will be our objective. So you know the meaning of objective. What is your objective? So for example, while carrying out the project, so objective is to finish your project, or else objective is to prepare the model of whichever you are selected. Also objective is to carry out the research on the experiments or the anyone operations. So these are all the objectives. So that is the main objective of this problem, is we need to increase the profit. So that's why profit should be 30x plus 20y plus of 50z. X, Y, Z are the number of the items manufactured from in the model number 1, model number 2, and model number 3. So this is the decision variables we need to decide. So this problem already we solved in the previous class also. Also they are given that what is the profit they are given. So for the profit per unit for the model number 1 they are given 30, for the model 2 20, for the model 3 50. So that's why for x units of the model number 1 will be 30x, 20y, 50z. So if we add all this, then the total profit will be 30x plus 20y plus of 50z. This is our objective function. This is our objective function. Okay, next one is, so we need to write the constraints subjected to the constraints. So which are all the constraints? The problem itself, again they are given that model number 1, 2, 3 required a material A of 2 units, 3 units, and 5 units respectively for the model number 1, 2, and 3. So for that, we need to write a 2x plus 3y plus of 5z should be lesser than or equal to 4,000. You may ask that from here we are taking the 4,000. In the problem statement they are given that, so 4,000 of material A is available. Only 4,000 units of material A is available. So material A is available of only 4,000 means it should not be greater than 4,000. For example, if you divide the material A to all the 3 models, then we cannot give it more than 4,000. That's why we need to take the sign of lesser than or equal to. Be careful, because this lesser than or equal to or the greater than or equal to sign is very important in this formulation of LP model. Material A is available only for the 4,000 units. That's why it should be lesser than or equal to. Even for the material B, it is a 6,000, and this is again the lesser than or equal to. For the material B, it will be 4x plus of 2y plus of 7z should be lesser than or equal to 6,000. This is for the second material. Also, they are given that minimum demand for the model 1, 2, and 3. So for the model 1, they are given the 200. So what do you mean by minimum demand? So minimum demand in the sense, I need minimum of 200 rupees. I need a minimum of 200 units or the 200 rupees. It means that that sign should be greater than or equal to. So be careful. So it should be greater than or equal to. Minimum demand in the sense, it should be minimum 200 or more than that. For the Y, it will model 2 will be 200. For the model 3, it is a 150. That they are given in the again in here. Again in the minimum demand, they are given is a 200 and 200 and 150. Okay, that's why we need to take these minimum demands as x should be greater than or equal to 200, y should be greater than or equal to 200, and z should be greater than or equal to 150. After that, we need to write the answer. This is the main answer. So if you write this one, then you will get the marks. And at the same time, so that fourth step in the mathematical modulation, the total number of units of model number 1, 2, and 3 cannot be negative. X should be greater than or equal to 0, y should be greater than or equal to 0, as well as the z should be greater than or equal to 0. Next one, the objective function is, so whatever I have written the objective function, that is a maximum of p equal to 30x plus of 20y plus of 50z. And subjected to, it is a subjected to the constraints. So in the some textbook, they will give the only st also. St means it's a subjected to, or else even you can write the subjected to the constraints, stc also. Or else you can directly write the full, that is a subjected to the following constraint, that is a for the material A, for the material B, and the demand of model 1, demand of model 2, demand of model 3. And this last statement is very, very important. Out of 10 marks, you may, there's a chance of losing the 2 marks for this. So if you don't write this here, x should be greater than or 0, y should be greater than or 0, z should be greater than or 0. So it means that, so whatever the number of products you are manufacturing, that should be non-negative terms, that should be non-negative number. So because we cannot manufacture the minus 10 numbers of items, either it should be 0 or else plus. That's why, so for each problem, the last statement should be non-negative, that whatever the variables you are selected, for all the variables, it should be non-negative terms. Otherwise, if you skip this one, there is a chance of losing 1 or 2 marks out of 10. Okay, with this, we'll move on to the second problem. And in the last class also, I given this statement. I told that you need to solve this. I hope at least 10 people have solved this. This is a problem number 2. So anybody has solved? Okay, anybody have solved this problem? Just text me. Nobody have solved? In chat, GVCL left. Nobody. Okay, CX have solved the problem. Now I will do this. Okay, that is secondary. Okay, no chats. Okay, nobody have done this. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now we'll solve that problem. So just read the problem statement again and again. So at least twice you need to read to understand the problem. Okay, what is the problem statement they are given? Okay, there are two TV company a TV company has to decide on the number of 27-inch and for 20-inch TV. Just write down these two as the decision variables. I hope you have the pen and book. Okay, take X as a 27-inch TV and Y as the 20-inch TV. Let total number of 27-inch TV be X and total number of 20-inch TV be Y. Okay, let 27-inch TV be X and 20-inch TV be Y. I hope you are taken. Okay, TV sets to be produced at one. Okay, from the next class, if you are delay with that joining to the class, then it's better to stop because it disturbs a lot to the other students. Okay, let total number of 27-inch TV be X and total number of 20-inch TV be Y. TV sets to be produced at one of its factories. And next one, market research indicates that at most 40 27-inch TV sets and at most 10 20-inch TV sets can be sold per month. So what do you mean by this? So maximum number of TV can be sold of that 27 inches, only 40. It means that so X should be less than or equal to 40. It should not be greater than 40. So this is the meaning. Market research indicates that so maximum of 27-inch TV can be sold of only 40, and at most 10 20-inch TV can be. It means that Y should be lesser than or equal to 40. So this is the one more constraint. So we have considered the 27-inch as a X and 20-inch as a Y. So by this data, so we can write the one constraint as X should be lesser than or equal to 40 and Y should be lesser than or equal to 40. Okay, next one is the maximum number of working hours. Okay, this is one more constraint they are given. The maximum number of working hours available is 500 hours per month. Okay, just read the statement. The maximum number of working hours is available is 500 hours per month. It means that we need to write the one more constraint with respect to the working hours, that should be lesser than or equal to 500, because the only 500 hours per month is available. Next one, a 27-inch TV requires 20 work hours. Okay, so it means that it is a 20x, and the 20-inch TV requires 10 working hours. Okay, they are given the full statement here itself. So it means that 20x plus of 10y, 20x plus of 10y should be lesser than or equal to 500. I hope all of you are understanding this statement. A 27-inch TV requires 20 working hours and a 20-inch TV requires 10 working hours. Each 27-inch TV sold produces, okay, that is next statement. So, okay, this is one more. So till now we have written the three constraints. X is lesser than or equal to 40, Y should be lesser than or equal to 40, and 20x plus 10y should be lesser than or equal to 500. And next statement they are given, each 27-inch TV sold produces a profit. Okay, from this statement we can say that this problem is of maximization problem, because whenever we talk about the profit, our intention is to increase the profit. If you are talking about the production or the cost or the transportation, then it should be minimization. Let me clear once again, if you are talking about the profit, always our aim is to increase the profit. If you are talking about the production or the cost, then our aim should be to minimization of the that cost. Okay, here they are given the, if you sell the each 27-inch TV sold produces a profit of $120, and a year for 20-inch TV produces a $80. So it means that for 27-inch we have considered the X, so it is a 120X plus of $80X, so 80Y. This is our objective function. Maximum of P equal to 120X plus 80Y. I hope you guys are carrying out. So what I'm explaining, I hope you are understanding. So how to read the problem, and for each problem statement we need to write the constraints as well as the objective function. The next one, a wholesaler agreed to purchase all the TV sets produced if the numbers do not exceed the maximum indicated by the market value. Can anyone tell me, so what is the maximum number of TV can be sell in the each month? Can anyone tell? So maximum number of TV can be sold out. Oh, sorry, he can sell, because the statement is the wholesaler agreed to purchase all the TV sets produced if the numbers do not exceed the maximum numbers indicated by market research. What is the market research told? That 40 number of 27-inch TV can be sold out, can be sold. Next one, at most 10 20-inch TV can be. So it means that 40 plus of 10, that is a 50 numbers. So it means that maximum sales per month is X plus Y is 50. So it should not exceed the 50 number. It means that our constraint will be X plus Y lesser than or equal to 50, because he can sell the only the should not exceed the maximum numbers indicated by the market value. Okay, then it is a one more constraint. It means that, so how many constraints we are having now? Total 4 constraints. One constraint is, okay, this is the first constraint, this is second constraint, this is third constraint, and this is fourth constraint, and this is our maximum of P. So that is a objective function. At the end we need to write the both decision variables should be non-negative. X should be greater than or equal to 0, Y should be greater than or equal to 0. I hope all of you understood this problem, how to solve this. Okay, if anybody are not getting, just text me. So just put it in the chat box if anybody are not understanding. Have you understood the concept? So how to read the problem and how to write the constraints? Okay, Suyaksha, you can ask.
Hello.
Suyaksha, you can talk.
For 27-inch it is 40 per month, sir, and 20-inch it is 10 per month. So you can take maximum scale, you can take it separate, no sir, X should be less than or equal to 40, and for 20-inch it is above Y.
Okay. This Y should, okay, I made a mistake. So Y should be lesser than or equal to 10. So it's a typing mistake. Okay, whether you are talking about this one only, that second constraint should be Y should be lesser than or equal to 10.
And you told maximum X should be less than or equal to Y should be less than or equal to 50, no sir.
So 50, that is a fourth, you are talking about the fourth constraint, no?
Yeah,
x
yeah.
plus x plus y should be lesser than or equal to 50. It means that wholesaler agreed to purchase all the TV sets produced if the number do not exceed in the sense that 50 itself will be the last number.
But why are we adding it? So you can write it like this only. So x should be less than or equal to 40 and y should be less than or equal to 10.
Okay, that is one constraint. So x should be lesser than or equal to 40 is the one constraint because the market research indicates that maximum of 40 numbers of TV can be sold. So that is one constraint. So x value should not be a 41. It should be only 40. So these are the different constraints we need to add. For each statements, we need to add the constraints. So one constraint is x should be lesser than or equal to 40. And second constraint is y should be lesser than or equal to 10. And then one more constraint is if we add both, so he wants to sell the maximum of 50 numbers. If we add both, it should not exceed the 50 number. In that again the condition should be x should not be 40, more than 40. It is up to 40 only. So that will be a constraint. Because while solve, so in the next topic, so we'll solve the same type of problem by using the graphical method. Then you will get the answer. Either x should be lesser than or 40 only will get. So these are the constraints. So in that again one constraint is TV sets should not exceed that maximum indicated by the market value. So maximum number, how much it is indicated? 40 plus of 10. That's why it should not exceed the 50. That is one constraint. Okay, fine. Next, anybody having the doubts? Okay, now I hope you have written the answer clearly. Okay, this is the answers. If you want, you can write it because already I explained. So how I got all these answers. If you want, you can write down this answer. Okay, this will be the one of the assignment also. This will be the one of the assignment. So whatever I solved the three, okay, I'll solve one more problem also. So total all the three problems you need to solve in one A4 sheet or in any of the book. You need to scan and submit it in the Google Classroom. Submit it in the Google Classroom. So whatever I solved the problem, so this is the second problem I am solving. You need to write it in detail because for the first problem I have written in detail. For the second problem I explain in detail, but I have not written the statements here. You need to submit the assignment. So as for Vivek's suggestion, we need to give the more assignments, especially to the 8th semester students, because they need to study well and they need to score well. Because as you all of you are having the only 3 subjects, there's a chance of getting the 9 point something SGPA. And even you will get the good marks from that internship, seminar and project. So don't worry, any of you will get the good marks from our side, and your side you need to study well for all the 3 subjects. Try to get at least in this semester more than 9.2 like that. Okay. Have taken this? I hope you have taken the answer. So answer for the problem number 2. But in the assignment, you should not write the only question and answer. You need to solve step by step. So whatever I explain, and the same thing I explained for the first problem also. Okay, next we will move on to the problem number 3. Okay, write down this problem. If you take the screenshot, then that will move to the directly gallery, so you cannot open and you cannot read it. So better you need to write it on the sheet. Better you need to write it on the sheet. A farmer has to plant 2 kinds of trees, P and Q. Okay, again it's only 2 variables they are given. So farmer wants to plant 2 kinds of trees, P and Q. So it means that let P type of tree be X and Q type of tree be Y. in a land of 4,000 square meter area. Okay, they are given the one first constraint here only. So 4,000 square meter of area. It means that they are having the only 4,000 square meter of area. So if you're considering with the land area, so then it should not exceed the 4,000 square meter. Okay, each tree P requires 25 square meter. Okay, and each tree Q requires 40 square meter of land. So it means that the first constraint is 25x plus of 40y should be lesser than or equal to 4,000. This is regarding the Madan Ali is joining now. Okay, one constraint they are given. Type P type of trees requires the 25 square meter, and whereas the Q type of tree requires the 40 square meter of land, but the available land is only 4,000. It means that 25x plus of 40y should be lesser than or equal to 40,000. In the bracket, we can write the land availability. This is first constraint. The second constraint is the annual water requirement for each tree P is 30 units. Okay, this is regarding. Second one is water requirement for the tree P is 30 units, and for the tree Q is 15 units. At most 3,000 units of water is available annually. Okay, it means that so that clearly they are given the statement that is 30x plus of 15y should be lesser than or equal to 3,000. This is about the water availability. This is a one more constraint. So 30x plus of 15y should be lesser than or equal to 3,000. This constraint belongs to the water availability. Next constraint is, so it is also estimated that the ratio of, okay, this is one more type of problem, because from the last two problems, no, first and second, so there were no ratios. That's why I selected this problem. It is also estimated that the ratio of the total number of trees Q to the numbers of trees P should not be less than 6/9. So it means that they are not given the how many number of trees of a type P and type Q. They are not given directly, but they are given the ratio, that is the ratio of the type Q to the P should not be less than 6/9. So should not be less than 6/9. It means that it should be greater than or equal to 6/9. 6/19. It's not a 9, it's a 19. So Q by P, so number of Q type of trees to the number of P type of trees should be greater than or equal to 6/19. So greater than or equal to, because it should not be less than, 6/19. That's why it should be Q by P. So Q by P is, we know that again for the Q we are taken it as a Y decision variable, for the P we are taken it as X. Okay, next, and should not be more than, okay, there's a one more statement, that is should not be more than 17/18. Should not be more than, in the sense it should be lesser than. So in that case we can take the Y by X should be lesser than or equal to 17/8. So they are not given the number of P type of trees as well as the number of Q type of trees, but instead of that they are given the range they are given. So the ratio of the number Q type of trees to the P type of trees should be in between 6/19 to the 17/8. Because this is very important, so whether we need to take the larger the larger than or equal to or the smaller than or equal to, because here the statement is should not be less than. Should not be less than means it should be greater than the 6/19. Should not be more than, it means that it should be lesser than. So that's why while taking the sign convention, so you should be careful. Okay, next one is the return. Okay, the return per tree from P is expected to be 1.5 times as much as from tree Q. Can anyone tell me whether it's okay? Somebody is talking. Okay, any doubts? Okay, somebody is talking. Nitesh Gowda. Nitesh Gowda, you can talk. Okay, most probably by mistakenly clicked on that. Okay. Here they are, so can anyone tell me whether it's a minimization problem or the maximization problem? Can you message whether it's a minimization problem or maximization problem? Just read this last statement. The return per tree from P is expected to be 1.5 times as much as from tree Q. Can anyone tell me whether it's a minimization problem or the maximization problem? What they are indicating? Out there? Can you message whether it's a maximization problem? Whether it is maximization problem, maximization or minimization? Okay, by reading the statement, you can write that. So whether it's a maximization problem or minimization. Okay, what do you mean by this? Okay, max. So so Manoj, we have written that maximization. It's correct. So anybody? So how to confirm whether it's a maximization or minimization means? So they are given the return. The return. What do you mean by the return? So how much amount we are getting? How much amount we are getting? It means that the return per tree. So return is nothing but the profit. So profit is nothing but the maximization. The return per tree from P is expected to be 1.5 times. 1.5 times as much as from tree Q. It means that if you are getting the profit of 10 rupees from Q, 10 rupees from Q, then from the P you will get 15. Yeah. Okay. Okay. From P, if you are getting from Q, if you are getting the 10 rupees, then from P we will get the 15 rupees. So it means that our objective function will be 1.5 P plus of 1 Q. We have taken the decision variables for the P as a X, for the Q as a Y. So it will be objective function will be 1.5 x plus of 1 y. This is our maximization. This is our objective function. Okay, next formulate the problem as a LP model. Okay, what is the first step now? So we need to decide the variables. So type P type of trees as a x and y. And next one is regarding the land, they are given some constraint, that is a 25x plus of 40y should be lesser than or equal to 44,000. So this is regarding the land. And for the water availability, they are given the one more constraint, that is a 30x plus of 15y should be lesser than or equal to 3,000. The same time they are given regarding the numbers. Instead of giving the numbers directly, they are given the ratios, that is a q by p should not be less than. It means that it should be greater than or equal to 6 by 19. That is a third constraint. And it should not be more than. It means that it should be lesser than. Just try to understand the statements clearly, because these sign conventions will be the most important while solving these problems by using the graphical method. And next, so they are given the return per tree from P is expected to be 1.5 times as much as from tree Q. It means that 1.5 P plus of 1 Q, that is a profit. I hope you understood. Okay, you need to write the statements one by one clearly what I explained, and you can write down the answer. You can write down the answer. So any doubts you can ask me. At the same time, you need to write that x and y should be non-negative. X and y should be non-negative terms. So because we cannot plant the p type of trees as a -2 or the minus any minus values. So we can say that, so I don't want to plant any p type of trees, because if there is no profit, that is fine, but we cannot plant the minus value. I hope it's clear. Okay, anybody having the doubts, then you can ask me. You can unmute yourself and you can talk, or else you can put it in the chat box also. Okay, any doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can talk, or else you can put it in the chat box. Can anyone? Can any doubts? Anil Kumar, Asha. Shall I take the attendance by calling your names? If you are present, then you need to raise the hand. So for them, I'll put it as a present. Otherwise, I'll put it as a absent. It's a good idea.